you, the Asia CEO team, for this opportunity for me to share some thoughts and hopefully some inspiration on how diversity and inclusion, particularly in the BPO industry, has a very significant place, and how certainly in my organization, in Transcom, how it's helped to transform our culture, and equally how it's helped to improve connections with our people and with our clients. For us, diversity and inclusion is not just a buzzword. It's much more than a slogan. For me and for my organization, it's a necessity. Along with radical transparency, which is a cornerstone of our culture in Transcom, diversity and inclusion has equally become a mainstay in our organization. It's part of our core mission to put diversity and inclusion at the forefront. And there's a couple of reasons for that, apart from the fact that it's actually the right thing to do. First off, if you look at our gender mix, see within the Transcom organization, particularly here in the Philippines, we've got a high percentage of females in our organization. In fact, at a senior leadership level, in excess of 66% of our senior leaders are female. And even significantly at rank and file levels within our organization, in excess of 57% are female. There's lots of reasons for that, obviously, in the Philippines, but I would equally say certainly within the Transcom organization, with our heritage very much rooted in the values of our headquarters based in Sweden, promoting women and promoting diversity in the workplace is something that we've been very, very focused on. One area that has helped us in this endeavor has been our recruitment approach. Very focused on using technology to remove conscious and unconscious biases. And in fact, for all of our rank and file recruitment, the process is fully digitalized, using algorithms and AI in order to do exactly that, to drive the best outcomes, irrespective of gender or sexuality or any other components that I guess more traditional recruitment models might actually be more biased towards. And indeed, at a senior leadership level, one way in which Transcom has worked hard to remove some of these conscious or unconscious biases is to ensure that all senior leaders actually go through EQ and IQ assessments from an external third party. And that's quite important, because one of the things that we've done as an organization is to set clear standards in terms of what it means to be a leader in our business. And using particularly emotional intelligence modeling, we're able to ensure that people have the right components to succeed in our business, but also in our industry. Things such as integrity, things such as transparency, flexibility, etc. These are attributes which, quite frankly, are not generally listed in resume, and quite frankly, equally, are not sort of found in one gender or another. These are human qualities, and something that we are, again, very, very focused on. Indeed, we clearly have gone many steps further than just recruiting in a way which removes biases. One of the key ingredients, again, for our value proposition or employee value proposition as an organization is the benefits that we provide. In fact, we were one of the first BPOs to roll out HMO coverage for same-sex partners. I think that demonstrates our commitment to the LGBTQ plus community, and ensuring that irrespective of one's sexuality, people are treated equally and provided with exactly the same benefits regardless. We've also spent a lot of time and energy, and continue to do, around our learning and development components in our organization, not just here in the Philippines, but region-wide, including North America, the United States and Canada, where we emphasize increased focus on how we build truly a diverse organization, ensuring that leaders within our organization are very aware of truly what their conscious or unconscious, dare I say, biases are, in order to create an organization which is much more reflective of the communities that we support. Indeed, when it comes to our care and engagement activities, we've got a lot of advocacy, particularly here in the Philippines, around HIV and AIDS, and education and awareness, testing indeed. We, like many other organisations in the BPO industry here in the Philippines, being very visible supporters of gay pride and ensuring that indeed the LGBTQ plus community is properly represented in our organisation. That comes through in many facets. That comes through in communication and the way in which we raise awareness with many parts of some of the underrepresented communities within our business, and that includes women issues, that includes persons with disabilities, and so forth. Some tangible areas where we've clearly invested beyond communication include the fact that we have gender neutral restrooms in our sites. All of our facilities, which clearly pre-pandemic were used a lot more than they are today, but all of our sites nonetheless still offer childcare facilities, and hopefully once the pandemic moves to endemic stage, those childcare facilities will be opened up and available to all of our working parents. We're equally incredibly active when it comes to our work in the community around social responsibility. We're advocates for supporting and empowering women, particularly here in the Philippines. Recently been involved with an initiative in partnership with the Swedish Embassy, particularly important given Transcom is a Swedish-owned organisation. And why do we do all of these things? As I said at the outset, it's the right thing to do, obviously, or maybe not obviously for some people, but at least for me as a leader, these are the right things to do. But actually, it makes really good business sense. The numbers actually prove this, whether it's ENPS, whether it's employee satisfaction, whether it's employee referrals, whether it's the numbers around attrition, absenteeism. All of these things really do make a difference, particularly in the BPO industry and an organisation like Transcom. I think somebody has said many, many times over the years that culture eats strategy for business. And whilst perhaps you still need strategy in order to succeed, culture really is an important part, a truly important part of successful organisations. And for us, diversity and inclusion is very much at the heart of that. I hope that these few slides and these data points serve as some form of inspiration for many of you that are watching this or listening to this talk today. Once again, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Asia CEO team. Very much appreciate the opportunity to share hopefully some interesting views, data points with you all. Thank you, everybody. Good day.